Why is the media sensationalizing Mayong as the black magic capital? Have we forgotten how a community who has historically lacked access to modern health care and infrastructure had no other option but to look up to Mother Earth, their ancestors, and the local deities for every help, from healing diseases, curing fractures, to even finding their lost items? I say this because as I grew up in the foothills of the Himalayas, shamanic healing by Jhakris, the healers, was a common practice where they used certain herbs, ritualistic drumming, and spirit mediumship. I still vividly remember how a Jhakri Baji, where Baji means grandfather, healed my cousin from jaundice using an egg, a certain herb called tite pate, and water. Jhakri Baji also did a certain practice called chamal herne, which means studying through the rice grains, which he did to feel the pulse of the patient and check for spiritual blocks. So, for every problem, we would go to a Jhakri as a child. And I still remember being a favorite of a tribal born blend Jhakri, whom we called Asing. Asing means uncle. I would keenly observe all his practices, and that is how my interest for spiritual energy grew. Although I didn't understand much then, I would listen to all the mantras he would use to invoke the jungle ko buju, which I now understand are the Dakinis and the Yoginis. Asin used to heal using a human femur, I remember. And in his last days, he clearly stated that he would only give his vidya to someone worthy of it so that there is no misuse or obichar, the malpractice. When I visited Mayong, I saw that there is a similarity with the born tribal healing of North Bengal. That is, the humans must live in equilibrium with the local spirits. And if there is a sickness, it can often be a sign of a spiritual or an ecological disharmony. Dangerous because it is a natural human tendency to have jealousy, greed, and ego. And these special powers, which has been a gift of nature, were turned into malpractices or obichar, and the Su mantra then became the Ku mantra to harm others, bind others' minds, or create illusions for others. And because of this shadow side, generations of healers began destroying their ancient texts. But don't we sometimes act out of jealousy or harbor deep malice, or sometimes even wish wrong for others? Isn't this a malpractice, obichar, or black magic? And sometimes we even say wrong to others. This is the Ku mantra then. If Mayong is to be labeled, then the Mayong is also in us.